Good morning, Sunday morning here in the Philippines, and welcome to My PI Dream. Today's episode, I want to speak with you about the SRRV program. It's a way for you to be able to retire in the Philippines, and depending on your needs and your status, it might be one of the best programs out there for you to be able to retire and find your dream here in the Philippines. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. So you decided that you want to retire inside the Philippines, and you want to retire in the Philippines with the least amount of hassles, the least amount of money invested. So you start doing research, you start looking at all the different type of visa programs they have over here. Now there's another option that a lot of people aren't fully aware of, and there's a program over here called the SRRV program, the Special Resident Retirees Visa. There's a lot of great features that they have inside this program right here. It's not widely known. I actually looked on the internet. I did research. I tried to look at other YouTube folks who actually identify it, but most of the people that actually have posted information about the SRRV program have basically very small information about it, and I actually had to do most of the research myself and contact the Philippine Retirement Authority and receive information. My wife and I actually chose this option, and I'm going to go through some slides here, and I apologize for using PowerPoint, but I believe that the PowerPoint slides will actually be a good reference source for you to look later on and be able to reference them when you want to actually apply if you decide that this is a feature for you. So let's start off by explaining what the SRRV actually is. SRRV actually stands for the Special Resident Retirees Visa, and it's a way for foreigners and overseas Filipinos, otherwise known as balikbayans, to retire in the Philippines. It's issued by Bureau of Immigration, the BI, and it's under the retirement program of the Philippine Retirement Authority, otherwise known as the PRA. It entitles the holder to multiple entry privileges with the right to stay permanently and indefinitely in the Philippines, and that's important. Basically, you can stay for as long as you like with this visa. Now, who may apply for the SRRV? Well, foreigners and former Filipinos, like I said, balikbayans. The retirees who apply for a special resident visa have the option to enroll in the program based upon their retirement status. And what we'll do is we'll talk about the different statuses for each one of the categories as we go along. So let's talk about the many benefits of the SRRV visa option, and there are many. First being that you are a permanent non-immigrant status with multiple entry privileges. Reside in the Philippines without securing extensions of their stay from the Bureau of Immigration. And that's really important because a lot of the people complain a lot about the hassle that they have to go through when they want to come and go into the Philippines using the other visa programs that you have available to you in the Philippines. But basically with the SRRV, you'll have a card, you go to the airport, as many times as you want to come and go, there's no hassles, you don't have to register, you don't have to pay anything for coming and going to the Philippines. And that's a great feature. Another feature that you have is the exemption from customs duties and taxes for the importation of personal effects. There's a little bit more information on the SRRV website from the PRA, the Philippine Retirement Authority. Basically, what you have is you have the right to import up to, I believe it's $7,000 worth of personal items from your home of record, your country or wherever that you're coming from, and it's exempt of customs fees. And the customs fees over here can be extremely high. A lot of things actually, they will take the cost of your item that you're trying to bring in, and it's actually double the cost. So this is actually a great feature. There's a limitation to this, although I believe it's only good for the first 90 days after you receive your SRRV. So you might want to check into that if that's something that you actually want to do as far as bringing stuff into the country. You have exemption from exit clearance and reentry permits. Like I said earlier about the permanent non-immigrant status, is you do not have to go to the Bureau of Immigration every time you want to come and go. You don't have to pay any fees for coming and going. So basically you have mainly the same status that as a permanent resident does inside the Philippines. You have exemption from payment of the travel tax. I've traveled a lot of places around the world, and there's a lot of airports that I go to, and at the airport you actually have to pay a airport fee. It's like an exit fee that you have before you can leave. You buy your plane ticket, then you got to go to another window and you have to pay an exit fee. The exit fee at the airport in Manila is pesos. It's 1,620 pesos, equivalent to about $35. You are exempt from that. You just show your card, and it says on the back of the card, basically you're exempt from this fee each time you want to come and go. You have conversion of the requisite deposit, which we're going to talk about a little bit later on, into active investments. I will go into more detail about that, but if you're choosing one of the options for the SRRV program, this is a great way to actually recoup all the money that would normally or sitting inside a bank deposit account. Pensions and annuities are tax-free, and then you have guaranteed repatriation of the requisite deposit upon surrender of the SRRV. Basically what that means, if at any point you give up your retirement visa over here and you decide this is not the place for you to be and you want to go back, if you have a deposit that's in a bank account that they're holding, you'll be able to get all those funds back and deposit back into your foreign account from your home of record. So let's talk about the SRRV categories. You have basically 4 categories, and each one is tailored to the different person's, different families' needs. So let's go ahead and talk about each one of them. We're going to talk about the SRRV Smile. The PRA site says it's for active and healthy retirees. The SRRV Classic, again for active and healthy retirees. SRRV Courtesy, Expanded Courtesy, it's for former Filipinos, diplomats, and just recently they added retired military, and we'll discuss that a little bit more as we go along. And you have one called the SRRV Human Touch, and that's for ailing retirees. So let's talk about the first category under the SRRV program. It's called the SRRV Smile. The SRRV Smile is for those who want to retire here that are 35 years old and above. The requisite deposit is $20,000 US. It must stay in the PRA designated accredited bank and can only be withdrawn upon cancellation or to satisfy the end-of-term needs or catastrophic obligations. I'll get into that a little bit more. The application fee for the principal applicant is going to be exactly $1,400 US. The application fee for each dependent that you bring with you is going to be $300 each, and the annual PRA fee is going to be $360, and that covers 3 family members. Now, who is this tailored for? The SRRV Smile is going to be tailored mostly for those who are under the retirement age, normal retirement age as we think of, which is basically somebody 50, 60, 70 years old. This gives them the opportunity for younger folks to actually come in and able to retire in the Philippines. Now, that part that I was talking about, the requisite deposit of $20,000. Now, this is where the SRRV Smile and SRRV Classic differ. The SRRV Smile, when you put the money inside the account, you cannot use this for investment purposes, whereas the SRRV Classic, you can actually convert that money that's inside the designated bank account, the PRA designated bank account, you can convert that into investment property. So let's talk about the next option, which is the SRRV Classic. The SRRV Classic is for those who are 35 to 49 years old. You have to put a requisite deposit of $50,000 into the PRA designated bank account. But the caveat on this program, the SRRV Classic, is that $50,000 you can use this money to invest in something like property. So if you're buying a condo over here, once you put that $50,000 inside there and you find a property that's $50,000 or above, you can actually be authorized to move that fund from your requisite deposit account into your investment, which is kind of great because basically if you move the entire amount over, you have zero money sitting up inside the requisite deposit account. The application fee, just like the SRRV Smile and the rest of the programs are the same. The application fee for the principal applicant is going to be $1,400 US. The application fee for the dependent, for each dependent, is going to be $300 each, and then each year you have to renew with the PRA. The PRA annual fee is going to be $360, and that covers 3 family members. There is a second category under the SRRV Classic, and that's for the folks who want to retire who are 50 years old and above. It requires that you have not $50,000, but you only put $10,000 into the requisite deposit. And again, they allow you also to use this for investment. So if you're getting a condo or a piece of property that you're investing in, you can invest, and I believe also this one may be used with investments of $50,000 above. You can actually apply this towards your condo or whatever investment property that you're getting, and you basically have no money setting up inside your requisite deposit account. The application fee is the same as the other ones. It's $1,400 US. The application fee for each dependent is $300, and the PRA annual fee is $360 US, and that covers 3 family members. Let's talk about the next category, which is the SRRV Courtesy, and Expanded Courtesy. Now, this is the program that I actually used up here because I'm actually married to a former Filipino. She is in what's considered balikbayan status. The balikbayan is basically if a Filipino leaves the country and has a passport from a foreign country, they've basically been naturalized in another country. They still have rights being formally a Filipino citizen in this country, and the rights are extended in this program called SRRV Courtesy. Former Filipinos 35 years old and above. The requisite deposit is only $1,500 US. The application fee for the principal applicant is $1,400, like all the other ones. The application fee for the dependent is $300, and the PRA application fee, the PRA annual fee here differs from all the others. It is only $10 a year. So for me and my wife, we only pay $20 a year, which it's very inexpensive. The second category underneath the SRRV Courtesy is for foreign nationals 50 years old and above, and it's defined more. You can actually go to the PRA website, and you'll get more information about this specific category, but it has to do with diplomats, it has to do with military, it has to do with other categories of folks that fall under the foreign national category. And if you qualify for this, you will also have the same as the SRV Courtesy for the former Filipinos. Basically, it's a requisite deposit of $1,500. Application fee is the same, $1,400 US. Application fee for each dependent is $300, and the PRA annual fee is only $10 as well. And finally, the last category is the SRRV Human Touch. It's for those who are 35 years old and above. The requisite deposit is $10,000 US. The application fee, just like all the others, are for the principal applicant is going to be $1,400. The application fee for each dependent is $300 US, and the PRA annual fee is going to be $360, which covers 3 family members.